Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who rule well. And I want to give a sincere double honors to the Akim that's out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity, and in the Holy Spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. So, a special shalom to you brothers too. This, Lord willing, is going to be episode 8 of The Milk. Again, just a basic, a basic video for, the Akim that's coming in. And, the water to Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shah for these brothers that's popping up on the outside of these camps, amongst the GMS camps, because that just means more and more that it's getting to that point of the day of Jacob's trouble, which means we're closer to the kingdom, and that's what our mind should be set on. That's what we should be begging the Lord to get to us, and almost being 3 years in this truth, for brothers like myself, I know a good amount of us younger brothers in DC, we almost 3 years in this thing, and we so to speak getting our training wheels taken off, and it's for us to send out these epistles to the younger Akim that was on the other side just like we were, so Lord willing, I'm gonna title this is not for everybody, it's just a quick cut on on anybody being saved and everything, because this is only for the elect, the 144,000 men. That's the government that's going to govern this world when Esau go down. This is, everybody's not going to get this doctrine, and as much as we want brothers to get this thing, we gotta understand that this is not of us. But I'm gonna just dive into it. And this is Matthew 13, and I'm gonna start at 2. This is Matthew 13 and 2. It says, "And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying," now this is Yahushua, and he have a great multitude at this point listening and following him. He said, "Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and fowls came and devoured them. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground, and brought forth fruit, and henceforth some 60-fold, some 30-fold. See, now this is the parable of the sower, and pretty much he told them a parable, and if you don't know what the word parable means, is to it's a dark saying, it's something not easy to understand. It's verse 9. It says, "Who hath ears to hear, let him hear." Meaning who he that can understand, let him understand. It says, "And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?" Now, the disciples, the 12, they went to Yahushua, like, "Why are you speaking to these people? Why are you speaking to us in parables?" And this is what he said. He answered and said unto them, "Because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it was not given." You see? So it was. This getting into the point of this is not for everybody, because what you gotta understand is that pretty much there's nothing new under the sun, meaning the same spirits that believed in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that believed in the word, the spirit, this doctrine, you know, of Yahushua back then, the ones that believed on Yahushua, those same spirits are back today. And those same spirits are, Lord willing, we them men are us. You know? See, what you got to understand is we lost who we were because we went off as a nation, you know? And this is, just real quick. This Jeremiah 17:4. It says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemy in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever. You see, it says we have lost our heritage. We will. This is Jeremiah speaking to the people, and it says, and thou even thyself. You know, he said even himself, proving reincarnation again, because he's saying he will even forget his heritage. You know, and that just proves that he understood of reincarnation, that his spirit will be back again. It says that that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not, which is America. You know, which is which is America. You know, so we going through that now, but now for the men that it was for, this is St. John 14:26. It says, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things, and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I said unto you. You see, now the Comforter is these scriptures, and is the understanding of the scriptures, and our minds are being brought up into remembrance, you know, because the scriptures say the kingdom of heaven is within us, you know, the men that believe, you know. So this thing ain't for everybody, and everybody not going to understand, because back then it wasn't given to them to understand, you know. The Most High don't want everybody to understand. And to prove that, is Isaiah, what's that? This Isaiah 6:9, it says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and convert and be healed. Now the word lest, where it says lest they see with their eyes, it means for fear they see with their eyes. So the Most High didn't want them to get it in the first place. You know, so those same spirits is back as well. So when we out here preaching the word, and we trying to pretty much heal souls and baptize people's mind with the Spirit of the Lord, they not going to get this, because one, the Most High don't want them to get it. You know, and as brothers get older in this truth, you'll understand that it's not your program, and your feelings ultimately don't matter, you know, in terms of that, you know. So that's why we're supposed to read the scriptures and pray for understanding, so that we feel that the Lord is dealing with us. This is Romans 15:4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You know, because things going to get bad here, you know. Like, that's what another thing brothers got to understand. When you come in this truth, it's not going to be all fine and dandy, glitz and glamour, the hangout spot. You know, we have a job to do and a requirement to do it. And more demons is going to hop on you to make sure you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So we got to find the comfort through the scriptures and understand that these were our forefathers that wrote these scriptures for us, the ones that was going to remember. You know, this is a mysterious book, and you see a lot of people, you know, trying to indulge in it and change up the doctrine, but the true men of the Lord are going to understand because it was ultimately given to us. You know, so you know, I don't want to it's a lot more you can go into with this, but you know, just for the brothers that's just coming in now, you know, this will be a good video for you to understand that this is only for the elect, you know, and then the 1/3 will consist of, you know, mostly family and friends of the prophets, and the ones that not necessarily was out there doing at war and doing the work of the Lord, but the ones that still believed and looked out for the prophets, you know. But you want to strive to be one of them men. You know, you want to strive to be a friend of Yahweh Shai, you know. And this is one of the things that you got to understand, is that not everybody about to get this, because it wasn't chosen by the Lord. And that's pretty much it, you know. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Double honors, Salaki. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone, and a peace and salutations to all the Akim pushing his word and truth to sincerity. Shalom.